Good morning, this is Cheryl Ann. I thought for today I would do kind of a video tutorial, a process video. It's probably going to be in 3 or 4 parts about how I put together an altered book. This is one I did not remove the pages. The pages are intact. I was working on 2 books at the same time that I bought at the library. This one I only paid $1/4 for it. It's in Spanish, but it doesn't really matter once you gesso the pages. So this one I went through and I gessoed all the pages. And believe me, that took a lot of gesso. Then last night I started kind of just working on it, but to my horror, the pages are so thin, and I have glued 3 of them together with my gel medium. They're so thin that I really can't work with this book, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it at this point. The other book was a cookbook. I did not gesso the pages. They're not the slick type of page that I usually like. They are paper. So I kind of started working on it this morning, and I didn't really have a theme in mind, but I had an old book of Edgar Allan Poe that I started tearing up, and I thought, this one might be good just to do Edgar Allan Poe and maybe some darker papers here. So I found some darker papers, scrapbook papers that I had, and and of course my music. I just kind of started gluing them on here with my gel medium. I have 2 kinds of gel medium. I have the golden regular gel matte, and I have the Liquitex matte gel. They're both about the same price. They're both about $16, $17. So use your 40% coupon when you buy these things. There is a slight difference between the two. If you look at the golden, I'm almost out of it, and I just ran over to Michael's and used my 40% coupon and bought another one, so it was only $7.99. This one, I got about 3 to 4 books out of this container of the gel. This kind of reminds me of the old-fashioned elementary school paste. It's kind of that consistency. The Liquitex gel medium is a little more liquidy. You can see it's just a little more liquidy. It does a good job. Honestly, they both do a really good job. So if you ever see either one on sale, grab them. So anyway, last night I kind of started going through this book, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was busy pasting the Edgar Allan Poe text over the cookbook text because I didn't really want to see cookbook text. So like this page is pretty much done. And then the front page here, I might add some fabric. This would be a good one to use some of my dark fabrics on. What I did do was use some of the Distress inks. This one is walnut stain. And I don't have any fancy things to put it on, so I just wad up a cotton ball and kind of dab it. And then I just kind of go over the page with it. It did a pretty good job, but I like the way it makes it look kind of antique-y. Again, here's another page I did with it. I really like the way, look at the way it affects the paper as it sits on there. Really like that, because I am going to add some family papers to this book, and they're really old. So I wanted to give it that kind of old look. I found a pad that had postcards and letters and writing. I don't remember which pad it was, but I did add some of those. So when I'm gluing with the gel medium, I just take a piece and I do it on the back, and then I take my little credit card or my gift card and I spread it out. And you know what? You really don't see the bubbles. This is some of the text, and it works really well. Both of those mediums work really well. There's no bubbles. And whenever I used Mod Podge, I would always get those bubbles. Like this is a nice spot. I might put a little washi tape on that. And maybe put a little fabric here on the edge so it's sticking out. So like I said, this is probably going to be a 3-part video because this is just the beginning. I'm liking how it turned out so far. This one I wanted to put the text on kind of diagonally, so I have room here, maybe for some fabric, maybe some fabric here. Anyway, this is the beginning, and I'll have part 2 when I start gluing on fabric and lace and maybe some pages my dad's files. He has a lot of family, old family photos and deeds and banknotes and things like that. So please come back and join me on my journey for part 2. Thank you and have a great day.